grateful that you can join us each and every morning. We'll love to have you, love to see you. So this past 2 weeks, we have been talking about money, mindset, and success. What does money mean to you? As Ria shared yesterday from her book, Robert Kiyosaki's Financial IQ. What does money mean to you, and how are you investing, spending your money? Are you overspending? And so what does money mean to you? For most of us, it could mean so many things, but today I want to talk about, well, first of all, let me just welcome you guys. So welcome to the Ria and Alka show. My name is Alka.
And my name is Ria, and welcome to our show.
So thank you so much, guys. So today, I just got excited for a moment. Today, I'm going to be sharing from my book, Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. Now, Think and Grow Rich has sold millions of copies, has made a lot of millionaires, and this book is so powerful. If you've read the book, fantastic, just follow with me because it is very powerful. And especially today, what I want to talk about is chapter 11. So already, you know, we've been proceeding very well. We've been talking about you know, the last week I talked about chapter 10, which is on decision, and what does it require you when it comes to accumulating money? How are you, you know, formulating yourself when it comes to money mindset? Because that's what it is. It's the mindset around money. How do you make sure that you take care of your finances? How do you make sure that, you know, you are budgeting appropriately for you and your family? So, you know, for future generations, because that's what it comes down to. If, you know, accumulating money is good, but there are ways, I mean, especially when I talked about last week on specialized knowledge, there were two kinds. There was general and specialized. So even, you know, as Ria, she was a physician. So you could be a physician and earning X amount. And some physicians not that well off. There are some who may be having another practice. They may be having two practices, private practice. And so they know the money, the financial IQ, they're already generating money themselves. And yet there are some physicians who are just living paycheck to paycheck. They are not that financially apt themselves. So what I want to talk about today is chapter 10, the mastermind, which is the driving force. The mastermind is the driving force to any accumulation of money that we desire. So is how Ria and I were just talking earlier on, is that, you know, before the show started, that the mastermind, it is so powerful because it's how we surround, it's who we surround ourselves with. The growth-minded individuals who are here to help and support us in our endeavors, in our business. So together, you know, we can accumulate the money, accumulate the riches in our lives. And so Ria, as you were talking, sharing yesterday from the financial IQ, when you talked about, you know, you could have the genius IQ, or you may be having a less moron IQ who does not, who's not that well apt in, you know, financially. So I think that was that was perfect, because I think it goes very well with this chapter, the mastermind, because when you can really know how to leverage other people, like Napoleon Hill, like in the book, you know, he talks about find a group that you can really align yourself with, find people that you really can connect with. So Ria, what would you say to that? How would you say that if you had to organize a mastermind, how would you say that that can help individuals, the viewers that are listening? How would you give any ideas? Want to share any ideas with us as well as to how do you think people can go about the mastermind?
Sure. Thank you, Alka. So the mastermind is very important. It's the key of how my husband and I are into our 70 apartment units. Now, in the beginning, when we are looking for groups, when we are looking for teams to be part of our mastermind, we have to be very careful as to who we put in our team. So what my husband and I did, we studied the successful, because like I said earlier, and like what you said, Alka, success leaves clues. All you've got to do is follow the crumbs. So my husband and I read the Rich Dad, Poor Dad in the beginning, and there were several professionals, teams of Robert Kiyosaki. So what we did in the beginning, we also put in our team the team members of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because number one, Robert Kiyosaki has already proven that he's very successful. He has thousands and thousands of apartment units. So he has his team member, the CPA, 𝗕𝗏𝗏, the accountant. That's very important to be part of the team. So what we did in the beginning is I read a book before I proceed. I read a book that when you open a company, when you start a company, no, don't forget, you yourself are a business. I, by myself, am a business. So when we are trying to open up our business, our company, we have to form it correctly, like how the big players do it. Just because you are starting by yourself without any employees, that you will do it the cheap way. Mm-hmm. Don't do it like that, because in the end, it will cost you a lot of money, a lot of wasted time and effort. So I read from one of the books that I've read, form a company like you are an Apple, like you are a big company. Just because you are small, that you're going to start small. No, form it like big, like a big company does. So what my husband and I did, because number one, Robert Kiyosaki was already proven that he's winning in the apartment stage, at that time when we were learning about personal development in 2009, 10, 11, 12. So we hired his team members. So we had his 𝗕𝗏𝗏 as his accountant. I read his books. I read the books of Garrett Sutton, his lawyer. I read all their books. And then I brought on Corporate Direct, which is Garrett Sutton's company, into my team. So currently they are still part of my team. Ken McElroy, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he's in the apartment, he buys and builds apartment for Robert Kiyosaki as well as part of his general partner. So I have him as a team. I listened to him. I followed him. So in the beginning, when you are starting, you've got to look for the right mentors that you want to follow. And then if you're able to, then you can hire them to be part of your team members. Now, like I said earlier to Alka and to the other viewers, we do not have to be the smartest in the group. All we need is an average IQ 90 and above. We don't need to be a genius who has over 140 of IQ. What we need is an average IQ and to be surrounded by intelligent people who are experts in their field, who has the specialized knowledge of accounting, of taxes, the legal, of apartments, and of business. And then what you can do as a leader is then make a generalization and then decide which one is good for you and your business. It's up to you to deploy all the things that your other team members, the part of your mastermind, what they have inculcated in you, what you've learned from them, and deploy that knowledge. In the end, you are in control. You are the captain of the ship. So you will navigate the course. They are there to help enlighten you, to give you more knowledge on the right things that you've got to do in this specialized knowledge.
And I think what you just said, Ria, is also is the marriage and the mastermind, because when you form a mastermind, when you're learning how do you form a mastermind, and when you're learning to accumulate riches is not just in ourselves as to what we are doing as a business. So a business can be organized with other teams, with other people that you bring on board. But what was important, Ria, what you said, is you need to choose people. And choosing a mastermind, I mean, it's not organized planning. My other previous chapters that I mentioned 2 weeks ago about organized planning, which was chapter 8, organized planning. So organized planning and the mastermind, they're all very calculatively done, because you need to know who are the people that you are bringing on board. And those people, if they're not in alignment with you and your driving force, your mission, your vision for what you have for the company, for what you have for the mastermind, if those individuals are not in alignment, then the mastermind can fail completely. So that is a very good point, Ria, that we need to choose people thoroughly, screen people, just like you're screening, we screen our tenants. You need to have people on board, because, a mastermind is very sacred. It's a sacred group that you don't want to have other people that can, cause distraction. You don't want to have people that are going to be naysayers. They may not agree with your opinions, with what you're discussing. So you want to have everyone on board. So I just want to share very quickly, because we've almost come to the end of the show. I know this book is just very powerful in itself, but Ria and I want to take our time in discussing these books, because they're all richness they have inside of them. So what I just want to share is that when it comes to the mastermind, it has to be organized. And when it's organized, that's when you start to implement people around you. That's when you start to have people that are in alignment with your vision and your mission. So then everything goes very smoothly and everyone is on board on the same point. Ria, do you want to share one final thought with the viewers as well?
Sure. So choosing mastermind is very important. There's a lot of mentors out there. It's dime and a dozen. So you want to make sure that the mentors that you will have in your team are aligned with you. You are working with the same mission and vision. So choose your mastermind very carefully.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ria. Definitely, friends. So choosing your mentors very carefully and choosing people that you want to come into your mastermind when that is formed, because that is accumulation of riches. Riches is not just in the money, riches in the people that we invest in as well. So friends, we have come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for always, tuning in. Thank you so much for always, being the best, because without you, there will not be a show. And without you, we cannot share our knowledge with you. So I hope you got a ton of information today. And for the last 2 weeks that we have been sharing and imploring our knowledge from these books, because they are just really fabulous books, have so much information when it comes to money, mindset, and success. So friends, without further ado, I want to wish you a great day. Make the rest of the day the best of your day and every success. And we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.